todos juntos marcharemos en unión. Pronto, siempre. You're just recording right now?
Oh yeah.
Good. Got a huge bed. All my mission stuff is just spread out everywhere. But I survived. That's my heater. It makes loud noises. This past week was kind of crazy. They kind of just told us on Monday, like, hey, these elders, they read a list and they said, these elders are going home tomorrow. So pack your bags tonight and get ready and meet us in mission headquarters. And so that night I stress packed everything, threw it into my bags, and then we rode a bus over to mission headquarters, or actually just to the zone leader's house, and then I rode a bus in the morning at 5 in the morning to mission headquarters, where then I met up with the other missionaries who were leaving. We all hopped on a plane in Porto Alegre and then rode that to São Paulo, and then from there the 12-hour international flight over to Los Angeles, and then from Los Angeles to Los Angeles to Salt Lake, then to Pocatello. So there's a total of there's one bus ride and 4 flights for me to get here. And it was just crazy. I mean, the whole plane was just full entirely with missionaries, nobody else on it. But there were 6 missionaries from Pocatello, and they all were coming from Brazil. And so I basically rode the plane with these same 6 people. And it was just so cool because half of us were friends in high school, and so we arrived at the airport all together, and all of our parents were there at the airport, and because of Corona, we had to take it really easy. My buddy Chandler, he got Elder Peterson. He got there, and his parents, instead of embracing him in a hug, embraced him with a mask to protect him from coronavirus. And they were also wearing their masks, and then they all hugged and stuff. This is a drawing I drew with my companion. Yeah, we're pretty good friends. Back when I was still pretty new to Portuguese, we eat lunches. Lunches are the main meals, not dinners. And so missionaries will have lunch with their members. And we were having lunch with this really kind old lady one day. She was just fixing up some yummy rice and beans with some chicken. It was like chicken and rice, and it was really good. But as she was cooking it up, we were just kind of making small talk, and since I was new to Portuguese, I wasn't really saying very much. And my companion kind of urged me on. He was like, Elder Wood, go ahead and say something, go ahead and try something. And so I was like, all right, I'll ask her about her marriage. And so I asked her, I was like, how long have you been married, And she said, her reply was something that I couldn't understand. It was something that I thought was just a number of years. It sounded like 20-something years. And so just to clarify, I asked her to repeat. And she said the same response, and I still didn't understand it quite, but I just decided the best reply would I thought it was a number of years. So I just said, congratulations, that's awesome, celebrate. I said the word for celebrate. It means for good. Parabéns. In Portuguese, I told her, celebrate. And she just kind of stopped stirring the soup for a second and just didn't reply or anything. And then I immediately knew, I was like, oh crap, something's wrong. That's not good. And so I looked to my companion and he said dude, her husband's dead. And I was like, ah! So I remember when they made the announcement that there wouldn't be church on Sunday anymore. And one of the requirements for baptism is that your investigators attend church at least 2 times. And so I remember Elder Dantas looking at me and saying, after we got the announcement, he said, how are we going to do this? How are we going to get people to get baptized if they can't go to church? That's one of our requirements for baptism. And we just kind of sat back in our chairs and we were just I don't know how this is going to work. But then we figured out the whole system with taking the sacrament with members, and that worked out really well. But the way the coronavirus has impacted missionary work is actually really interesting. It's really cool to look at all the preparation that's been happening before all of this. They've started putting smartphones and technology into all sorts of missions all around the world. Like, that's been a huge thing that's been pushing forward. And because of that, now we can do online proselyting. We can teach people through Facebook and through social media. That's my study desk. This is the best pop in Brazil. But I took the lid and cut it off, and now it's my pen cup. These are Beijos. Beijo translates to kiss, but these aren't Hershey's Kisses. They're more like Peachios, but they're strawberry flavored. I don't know, they're really good. This is my guitar that I brought back from Brazil. It's super awesome. It's just about the coolest thing that I brought back besides my wife and coronavirus, so. I'd definitely say that the most important part of mission is to have faith. Because if you have faith, then that'll just, whatever you choose to do will stack up on top of that faith. You wouldn't go and teach people that they can be saved from their sins if you don't have faith yourself that they can be saved or that you could be saved. When you have difficulties in your mission, like when I'm trying to learn Portuguese and nobody understands me, it takes a lot of faith to just keep on working on it and just keep trying to be better, because at times it's really difficult, and faith is what gets you through that. Eu quero prestar meu testemunho agora em português. Eu aprendi muito em minha missão. Eu aprendi muitas coisas que eu sei que vão me abençoar para minha toda a vida. Eu aprendi muito sobre nosso Salvador Jesus Cristo. Ele me deu muito confiança, muito conforto e muita paz. Eu senti muito que ele estava bem perto de mim para minha toda a missão. Eu cheguei muito mais perto dele. Por meio de José Smith, nós podemos aprender sobre esse evangelho, e eu sou muito grato por ele, porque sem José Smith nós não vamos ter essa alegria, esse evangelho. E eu estou muito feliz quando eu aprendi mais sobre como nós podemos sentir felicidade. Eu sou muito grato por meu tempo em Brasil, aprendendo e servindo lá. E eu prestar essas coisas em nome de Jesus Cristo. Amém. I hope they call me on a mission when I have grown a foot or two. I hope by then I will be ready to teach and preach and work as missionaries do. Where are you getting called? Ohio.